Okay.
You're listening to Radio August. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
It's 5 o'clock, and I'm Alice Monroe with your August update. August police are appealing for information following the murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw. Miss Shaw's body was discovered last night. Chief DuPont is calling the crime a violent and despicable act. Anyone with information about the murder is urged to get in touch via the department's confidential tip hotline. It's horrible, Poe.
Indeed it is.
You need to learn when to keep your mouth shut. You know why you're here, don't you? The dead girl. And this. What exactly were you thinking? You have one job. Don't get caught. Do you think you can do that this time? It's a rhetorical question. You're going to a town called August. Find Chief DuPont. He's gonna think you're someone else. This person. This is who you are now. Understood?
Yes.
Splendid. If someone so much as sniffs that you're different, you'll be deprecated. Deprecated. We expect you to use your ability. Just don't get caught. And never, ever change into a child.
In brighter news, August resident Mia French is celebrating the return of her missing pooch, Barley. The 8-month-old Basset Hound puppy was found outside Daryl's Chicken and Ribs.
And that's 5 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
I'm Violet. Welcome to the guest house. There are some rules. In particular, no shoes in the guest house. The carpet's priceless. Now, how long are you staying for? Yes, the chief said it may be a while. I can see you don't mind getting your hands dirty, though. There's not been many visitors of late. Perhaps the murder will bring some tourists in. It's just you and some tarot readers at the moment. It's deathly quiet. Yes, the murder. You haven't spoken to the chief yet, have you? Chief DuPont. He's the one who booked the room for you. You look lost. You should probably go and speak to the chief. Your room is just down the hall, last on the left. It has its own back door. The chief said that's the way you'd like it.
Just finishing. Yeah, it's a big place. Hi, I'm Bronwyn. Pleased to meet you, Sam. If you'd like a reading. So, what's your question, Sam? The Page of Cups. It suggests I'm innocent of whatever it is I'm being accused of. I'm going to be seeing a lot more of you, aren't I, Sam? I I'm in room 1 and that's down the hall. Lorraine's in 2, Lexi's in 3. And which room are you in, Sam? Good. We're neighbours. Just knock if you need me.
32 stories below, Tenzin taught me that the secret was to never hit the ground. There's a blue steel dumpster at the back of the Dreamtime Hotel on 39th Street, Queens. Was home for a while. Woke up one morning to find Tenzin rooting around in there. Words were spoken. Fists were...
Good, you got my message. Chief Inspector DuPont. I wasn't sure you'd come, but I suppose you're between jobs? Well, we both know that's not true. But I like it. Sam, that's your cover now. So, the job. Dorota Shaw. 21, accomplished cellist, redhead. Strangled. I know who did it, but I need proof. It's the tarot readers.
Okay, let's see what we didn't do here.
Yes. Keep up, Sam. That's the girl who was murdered. Because they predicted it. The older one, Bronwyn, she came into my office last night talking all crazy and saying Dorota was in trouble. I did my best not to lock her up. It all sounded crazy to me. Tarot, the spirit world, cards that move, trans-dimensional thingamajigs. To be honest, I thought she'd been smoking something, and that's why I didn't take it seriously. Because things, I don't have enough on her. That's where you come in. The free guest house stay isn't free. I need you to work the case and report back to me. Find out things from the inside. Can you do it? Okay. I'll be telling everyone that you've been hired by the Shaws because obviously local law enforcement is either too incompetent or too overworked to solve anything. That gives you a license to talk to people, but only notionally. Don't actually touch people or annoy them. You don't have any real authority, understand? But you help me out, I'll help you. You don't get that. There's no badge and gun, just a hope and a promise. Come and find me when you're settled. This is Second Chance Sunday for you, Sam. Don't blow it.
Okay, let's see.
What do you want to know? She was a cellist, selected for a scholarship at Juilliard. It was in the local paper. I'm more of a Bon Jovi fan myself. Don't read the paper, do you? Yesterday, Monday the 9th at approximately 9 p.m, according to the coroner, we got a call from the mother just after 10 p.m. Do I have an alibi for last night?
Welcome
Do
to
I?
Tetris in the stream, by the way.
Okay. I was here, and there are video monitors that will prove it. Thanks for ruling me out, genius. In her bedroom. She was naked. Strangled. No signs of sexual activity of any kind. It was a weird scene to look at. There was one thing, but it's strictly between
the
you
two
and
people in
me.
the stream.
Dorota had a gold coin in her mouth. I'm being serious now, Sam. Not a word of this. It's the one thing only the killer would know. Owen here, runs the local guest house. Lovely lady.
Haha.
Where are you going with this, Sam? What's she told you?
Why
She
did I
told
do
you she's
taboo?
taking pills, didn't she? Let me handle Violet. She didn't kill anyone. Not much. Perhaps you should do some investigating?
Don't try to move. But the kitten wouldn't stop struggling,
Thanks, Lucy. Good.
suffering.
Have
Ivan
fun with your
clinched the
family.
towel, then draped it over the kitten's head. He stood and raised his foot. It would have to be a good one. Harder even than a magpie. One
What's up,
and done.
Taboo?
I assume you've been to see Chief DuPont already. Not really. I'm sure she was a precious lamb, though. Yes, a lamb. Young. Innocent. Lambs get slaughtered, though, don't they? Nice, yes, that's a good description. Actually, I thought she was a bit
Okay,
slutty,
have a nice
to be
nap.
honest.
Thanks for the like.
Sorry. I'm gossiping. I don't want to talk ill of the dead. Ask her boyfriend. Oscar lives at the vicarage next to the church. Don't tell him I sent you, though. I'm sure he's sick of seeing people already. They're tarot readers. I'm thinking of asking them to leave, actually. Because they may have killed someone. It's not great for my reputation, is it? Stay at Violet's, the home of killers and hobos. It's not the first time I've harboured killers, Sam. I'm sure it won't be the last. I take clozapine. I think they're for anxiety. I'm a very anxious person. I don't know, Dr. Sam, you tell me. It's the strangest thing. I honestly don't remember. But I imagine I was here or getting groceries somewhere. No, and I didn't murder her, if that's what you're asking.
You're listening to Radio August. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
Sam, is it? I'm sensing you're not here for a reading. Chief DuPont thinks I did it. I'm hoping you'll convince him otherwise. I didn't. We've only been here 2 days. I understand it's suspicious me being a stranger in town, but it's the truth. We saw danger in the cards and we tried to stop it. Trust me, Sam, we're on the same team. We saw it in the cards, not images, feelings, impressions. Tarot can be very powerful. Not these cards. They only tell us what they want us to know. In my room reading, I found a trashy romance novel under the bed. I'm assuming it's Violet's. It's all swooning heroines and brooding vampire Casanovas. Thank God Lexi saved me. She came to my room to chat for a little while. That was around 9, I think. You can ask her. I said the book was trashy. Look at this place. If her guest house is anything to go by, Violet's the opposite of
Hey,
trashy.
Steph. The ShapeShifting Detective, that's the name of the game.
I watched him jump, red and gold robes billowing in the wind, shimmering into nothingness long before the ground. Scent is all...
Hi, Sam, is it? Come on in, make yourself at home. Mi casa es tu casa.
Hey, Halsey, what's up? Yep, I'm a detective, undercover.
The cards told us to. Well, the cards of rain. Tarot gives us a rough direction, and he narrows it down.
Oh, it
with
gets
some
weirder later on,
astrological
believe me.
jiggery-pokery. He's basically a walking esoteric library. And if that sounds dull, let me reassure you, it is. No? Well, yeah. Well, no. We have a job to do. I didn't say job. I said job.
Job?
Okay. We make
How is this game weird?
Cheese
And hey, Halsey, what's up?
a job, and depending on the shape of that job, we get different answers to questions. No, you don't.
Welcome to the 5 people in the stream, by the way.
She's like my big sister, so pretty well.
Hey, Rob. Hey, what's up?
No. I don't know anyone in this town, except for Bronwyn and Rain, obviously, and Violet, and the Chief, and now you. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous. Good old-fashioned fortune-telling. Well, kind of. We drew a card each and smushed them all together. Do you know what the most dangerous tarot card is? Everybody thinks that. It's such a cliche. The death card doesn't even mean death. Most of the time. The 5 of Swords.
How is everyone's
I think so
Thanksgiving, by the
anyway.
way?
There's nothing more dangerous than someone taking whatever they
Mine
want
was
no matter
good.
the cost.
I guess.
Yeah, I did. Rain got the Knight of Wands, that's Dorota, and Bronwyn got the Ten of Swords, which is, well, you know, swords in general are bad. I was in my room all night with Bronwyn. We were painting our nails. No, I mean, yeah, I've already cleaned it off.
Having your own identity as yourself. Now, for me personally, I believe that every relationship that you have with someone should be equal, and you should...
You must be a new guest, or you're burglaring us. I'm Rain, by the way.
Okay, this is getting interesting.
Pleased to meet you, Sam. Enjoy your stay. The hot water goes off at 9, by the way, so it's cold showers from there on in. It really bugs me.
I've been good, Halsey. How about you?
I didn't know her. I know she was called Dorota Shaw.
I live in California, Robin.
She was young, had red hair, a talented musician. Next victim. Whoa! Hold on a sec. We don't even know if there's going to be a next victim or not. We'll
That's
do
good,
another
Halsey.
group reading soon.
Anything you doing
Then
this
we'll have a
weekend?
better idea. I was in my room. Praying, actually. I don't believe in God, but I was still praying. It didn't work.
Welcome to the 6 people in the stream, by the way.
I don't believe in anything. But I also believe anything is possible, so it's a conundrum. We did a reading, a group reading, actually, with a special tarot deck.
Yeah, I was born there. People say I have an accent, which is not true, it's my mic.
The three of us get together and read the same cards. Bronwyn says it makes the whole thing stronger or more powerful or something. But I'm pretty sure I'd get the same answers just on my own. Mercury, it's not exactly from here. With a normal tarot deck, you'd have the question, so you'd be the querent. With Mercury, it gives you the question and the answer. The cards themselves kind of change. It's a special deck. I don't have it at the moment. Bronwyn has it.
It's my mic, believe me.
The Dreamtime Hotel was littered with Tenzin's white cigarette butts, like scattered finger bones. He gave me one long final
Mercury? Sure. I'll just get it. It feels a bit sacrilegious just spreading it out to show you. It doesn't really answer questions, it more asks them. Do you want it to ask you a question, Sam? It wants to know if you're happy being the person you are now. Mercury doesn't agree. In fact, if anything, and I could be wrong, it's suggesting that you're not even the person you're saying you are now. I've only had that reading once before.
What about what the object is that I brought in today?
So it's quite small. Fits in the palm of your hand.
Halsey. And what you just said right now. I haven't played Tetris in a while. How is the forest game?
Hi, I'm Bronwyn.
Well, don't set yourself on fire. Once you go back to it.
But as far as I can tell, I have the only one.
Well, I wish I hadn't seen this.
Ron, are you okay?
I'm not okay. I'm okay. I'm not okay. I'm okay.
Good. It's not our fault this stuff happens. We're just the messengers.
We've seen a lot of stuff?
Are you asking me or telling me? Yes, we've seen a lot of stuff.
Well, don't set yourself on fire,
You seem weird. Just go and regroup or something, then come back and make me feel better about myself.
Her drilling into his ribcage through her paws. He lifted a numb hand and rubbed her cheek. Sleep.
Bron, something doesn't feel right. I don't know what exactly, but it's not right.
Thoughts on Dorota?
Well, it's hard to say with just one victim. Musical talent, red hair. If there's another, there will be a pattern. Do you think it's another right?
A right?
A right?
As in the same thing we were chasing after in Birmingham? I suppose it doesn't really matter.
Dude, seriously.
Just have to try and stop it.
Stop it? Birmingham?
The Traveller? Dead girls? Ring any bells?
traveler?
Bron, you're acting weird. Are you still you?
Of course.
Stop freaking me out. It's not cool in this current climate.
Present to him. It's pitiful, cack, cack, cack. It's only protest. He'd had to put that one out of its
Find somewhere safe to transition. You're not a superhero.
Let's see. Time to switch people.
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
What is that? A rat? No, not a rat. A cat. Smaller than a cat.
What's going on, Violet? Is everything okay?
Yes, I'm okay. No, I'm not okay.
What's the matter?
The new detective's acting strangely.
Yep. This game is interesting, let me just say that so far.
That's to be expected. I told Sam to do whatever it takes to get the job done. Maybe strange is one of those things. Off you go. I'm being subtle. I don't want to see you back here, okay? You got anything to report, give me a call. Any problems, talk to Danny. Danny, remember?
Danny?
We just talked about this. I said I'd post somebody this morning, and I did. Then I told you it was
very
Danny.
awkward, let me just say
Take
that.
the pills, Violet. Take the pills.
Ivan clinched the towel, then draped it over the kitten's head. He stood and raised his foot.
Speaking of games,
it would
what's
have
next,
to
next
be a
thing
good
we get,
one.
Halsey?
Harder even than a magpie. One.
Mrs. Gallagher, an unexpected pleasure.
How long are you planning to be here?
In town? I really don't know. Until the tarot tells us to leave, or you kick us out, obviously.
How did you know Dorota was going to die? Why do you think the police suspect Bronwyn?
Now that's a very good question. Logically speaking, you'd assume all three of us were in on it. Or none of us.
Blood trickled along the groove of the floor tiles, and she lowered her head.
Hello, Violet. Is everything okay? Ignore the mess. I was just going to tidy it up.
Did you have a pleasant evening last night?
Great, thanks. The room's really lovely.
Welcome to the one person in the stream, by the way.
But you weren't in this room, were you?
Oh no. Was I sleepwalking again? I haven't done that since... for ages. I didn't come into your room, did I?
No.
Oh, thank God. I'll try not to let it happen again.
So he wouldn't have to see it,
Welcome to the two people
and
in the
made
stream,
his
by the
way
way.
back to the bedroom with Uni in soft pursuit.
Let's see, to go to the room.
Nola was awake.
And switch to her. Oh wait, never mind. It's time to switch.
Hello, I'm
One
Rain.
of them.
I'm Rain.
One approve, Halsey.
He asked. His voice sounded shakier than usual. Didn't I?
Rain, I'm so worried about Bronwyn. What are we going to do?
Why are you worried about Bronwyn?
The chief thinks she killed Dorota.
Maybe she did kill Dorota.
That's not even funny, Rain. Bronwyn's the least murdery person we know. Okay, let's say she did do it. What possible reason could she have for killing Dorota?
Psychopathic tendencies? Crime of passion?
Maybe. Maybe Bronwyn and Dorota were secretly lovers, and Bronwyn found out that Dorota was seeing someone else and killed her in a jealous fit of rage. Or maybe it's just
This
another
game is
one of
cray
your
cray,
twisted
let me just
late
say
night
that.
fantasies, in which case, leave me out of it.
And I'm only 30 minutes into it.
I dive from the roof of the Mandela Tower block. Gravity accelerates me towards the...
Have you met the new detective yet? We're basically under 24-hour surveillance now.
Do you think Sam's onto us?
Onto what exactly?
The real reason we're here. Our role in the murder.
We just predicted murder. It's a prophecy, not a to-do list. I don't want to look like we're hiding
Best
something.
Best $4 ever spent on this game, and to see that right now.
We're hiding something?
We're being cautious. We said one thing to the chief, and look where that got us now. I don't think August is ready for any more strange.
Time to leave.
The rest of the street off.
Time to visit.
That spring, we lucked out with a broken fire door. Easy access to the stairwells.
Okay, never mind. Time to switch to Lexi. If I got...
Hi, I'm Lexi. I'm Lexi.
Leave.
Of that I have no doubt.
And visit...
The night Tenzin left,
Yeah.
he taught me how the universe worked.
What's up, Lexi? I'm sensing something's on your mind.
I'm worried about our alibi.
Don't worry about that. We don't have anything to hide.
No, I didn't say that.
I'm more worried about Violet. I didn't see her last night, did you?
You think she's the murderer?
Let's see. Okay, let's see.
You think she's the murderer?
Visit. What do you think she's a murderer?
You think she's the murderer?
I'm not sure I'd go that far, but it's definitely suspicious.
Yeah, I think it has several interesting elements to it. From the sharks, I mean, often sharks, they stand for perhaps some.
Hello, Lexi. What can I do for you?
Please don't ask us to leave.
Have you been speaking to Sam? You're safe.
For the minute.
For the minute.
That sounds ominous.
If one of your crew did murder Dorota, you can't really stay here, can you?
The police want alibis from everyone for last night.
Well, I don't have one. I literally can't remember what I was doing.
Bronwyn says you're suspicious.
When you go to the circus, it's massive and it's a crazy experience, and some people love it, some people hate it. But what it actually relates to is...
Let's see. Time to be Violet now.
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
Leave.
So what the typewort refers to is actually the balance in your life. Now,
you don't trust me, do you, Violet? Is it because I read tarot? Why don't you let me pull a card for you?
Okay.
Great. What do you want to know about?
The murder. My love life.
I think the tarot wants to ask a different question, but...
Let's see, this is interesting.
The devil. You're letting yourself be manipulated by someone who isn't good for you. Or maybe it means you're having fantastic sex.
Fantastic
You
sex.
might like playing the victim.
Did you sleep well last night?
Yes, thank you.
I didn't see you yesterday evening.
I stayed in my room. You can ask Lexi. That reminds me, I think I found a book of yours.
Chocolate cornflakes?
He Came Through the Shadows.
What makes you think it's mine?
Your name's written on the inside cover.
Chocolate. Who
Oh,
does
and
Violet?
Monroe.
Arms Wide, read by Adam Day. From this height, wide I dive from the roof of the Mandela Tower block. Gravity accelerates me toward...
Time to go as... Let's see, who should I go as next?
Hi, I'm Bronwyn.
Thanks, Krabby.
I'm Bronwyn.
Tenzin rooting around in there. Words were spoken.
Is there something I can help with, Miss Castle?
I hope we're not being too much trouble.
It's very brave of you to tell the chief that Dorota will be murdered and then stick around afterwards. I'd have run for sure.
You strike me as someone braver than that.
I'm brave, but I'm not stupid.
In our idle chatter, I pieced together fragments of Tenzin's story. A former monk, expelled for some scandal involving a woman. I guess that's how most of them fall. He had wisdom, though.
Miss Castle, I'm surprised to see you here.
I didn't kill Dorota.
You're a prime suspect. And your alibi is that you were in the guest house with another prime suspect at the time. It doesn't look good for you.
Have you got a problem with me?
Everyone has a problem with you, Bronwyn. I can arrest you for something right now. How does perverting the course of justice sound?
Kinky.
Oh, you are pushing me today, young lady.
And I believe I'm immortal. I watched him jump, red and gold robes billowing in the wind, shimmering into nothingness long before the ground. Scent is always the first.
This video is too loud for me. Seriously, I'm gonna turn it off now.
Salt air assaults my nostrils.
Jeez. That's a prehistoric radio. Let me just say that right now.
Hi,
Yep, they're floating all right.
Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
Curtains in my bedroom. The sun goes down, and I feel my skin shedding in the darkness. I huddle down and wait for the sunrise, hoping to become a butterfly. But when the sun comes up, I'm still a caterpillar. Now,
Who knows whether you've made the right decision or not, Claude?
How's Bronwyn been? What were you doing last night?
Claude, we've been through this. I honestly don't remember. I checked my diary and there's no entry, so I was probably here, as always.
Floating.
How can you not remember, Violet?
I don't know. Which is exactly what I said in my statement. Don't try and get me to contradict myself.
Contradict yourself?
How's Bronwyn been?
Overly nice. She's covering her tracks well if she has anything to hide.
What was it I asked you to do again?
You just told me to report back to you if I noticed anything suspicious. Good grief, Claude. You're a bit young to be losing your marbles already.
You think she's the killer?
Owen Monroe.
Okay, we'll see.
The catch. Read by
Chief Dupont. What a pleasant surprise. I think we've covered just about everything twice over, but if you think I'm hiding something...
Who are you really, Bronwyn Castle?
You think she's the kill Halsey? Okay, we'll see towards the end of the game.
Does it bother you, Chief Dupont, knowing there are things in this world that aren't black and white? You don't know what to file me under, and that makes you uncomfortable. Or perhaps you've already made up your mind about me. Why don't you tell me who you think I am?
You're a con artist.
I haven't asked anyone for a penny.
You're a con artist.
or a vole. At least they were always dead. He'd had too many stunned, lopsided sparrows.
Good evening, Chief Dupont.
Dorota's family, what does the tarot say about them?
I can do a reading, if you want.
Yes.
It's the Five of Cups. It talks about loss and dealing with that loss. I don't think you need a tarot reader to interpret that one.
Okay. Bronwyn never been arrested?
Not since I've met her. She's a lawful good type character, if you play D&D.
Lexi ever been in trouble with the police? Have you ever been in trouble with the police?
I've never been convicted, no.
Been charged with anything?
My mind's gone blank.
Gone blank.
Ivan stared at Uni. She circled the kitten's body, stepping over its...
Oh, Chief Inspector, you gave me a shock. What is it? What have I done?
Tell me about Bronwyn.
She's an Aquarius. Her favourite colour is green. What else do you need to know?
Is she your leader?
Leader? This isn't a cult. She looks after me and Rain. Make sure we eat healthy and brush our teeth.
Brush your teeth?
Why are you here in August?
Well, it's not for the nightlife, I can tell you that. This is where the cards told us to go. I guess you could call it destiny.
Do you know anyone here?
No, I can honestly swear I don't know any...
To be honest with you guys.
Augustives? Augustonians?
Maybe it's Braun. I'm not sure.
Augustins, until we got here.
That's my suggestion.
What were you doing last night?
Nothing. I mean, I was here all night. The scat's on her. Bron can vouch for me.
I don't know. Good question.
Good one. Harder even than a magpie. One and done. Trickled along the groove of the floor tiles, and she lowered her head to lap it hungrily.
Claude, why am I being asked all of these questions? What have you said to Sam? Well, that's not the impression I'm getting. No, Claude, you listen to me. We had a deal and you said no questions asked, and a lot of questions are being asked. No, I'm not the killer, so why is everybody asking me all of these questions? Fine. Yes, goodbye, Claude.
Wake-up calls. She was sitting up, cross-legged, thumbing her phone. down, she said, smiling. Uni jumped up on the bed and Noah leaned forward to nuzzle her nose. Have you brought...
It's 6 o'clock and you're listening to Radio August. Police investigating the murder of Dorota Shaw are appealing to the community to help catch her killer. The body of 21-year-old Miss Shaw, an accomplished cellist, was found in her home last night. Police are describing the murder as a violent and despicable act. Monroe.
It's just terrible. Meanwhile, out of respect for the victim and her family, this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced shortly, so do stay tuned to Radio August for updates.
I heard Dorota Shaw was due to play this weekend.
At the Tulip Festival?
Indeed. I understand why they'd want to postpone it. Tonight the weather will be mostly dry and warm, but be on the lookout for dark clouds on the horizon, as there may be scattered showers. Best take an umbrella, Monroe, so you don't get wet.
I like getting wet. That's 6 o'clock with Poe and Monroe. They kind of look like semi-precious black eyes. They kind of look like wizards with a hat on.
I mean, who are you?
Nah.
Right, because the local police are so rubbish. It's been a day, a whole day.
Give away my undercover, but I'm not gonna do that right now.
Yeah, I went round there in the afternoon. Her parents were at work, and we were, you know, hanging out. I left at about 5. Playing football. It was just 5-a-side. Finished at about 9:30. I called her, but she never picked up. Not long, a couple of months maybe. We did care for each other. No one. She was really popular. What, you mean watching us? That's disturbing. No, it couldn't have been. The only place you could have hidden would be in the closet.
The boyfriend sounds alright.
I suppose someone could have hidden in the closet.
Who hides in the closet? Seriously.
Not hidden. Well, she liked it. Liked me to watch. Not other guys. Just, she had these, you know, voyeur fantasies.
Fantasies?
She'd ask me to hide in the upstairs closet. And then she'd walk in and strip off. Start touching herself. She got upset if I came out before she'd... Sorry, is this helping with the investigation?
She makes him hide in the closet while she strips down.
Clothes mainly.
And she gets all mad if he comes out of the closet before she's finished.
Wedding dress in there. She knew I'd seen it, but we never talked about it. Not even as a joke. Not much. They always seemed happy to see me. I don't think they meant it. They wanted
the questions they asked on the music is bizarre.
Of negativity that happens in each aspect of her life. That's why she hasn't filled those holes.
Any more news on Oscar Wainwright? Yep, that's what he told me too. Not a suspect. Just the tarot readers. No one else is remotely suspicious compared to them. Dorota's an only child. She lived with her mum and dad. Monday night was movie night, so they'd go and watch the 8 o'clock at the Odeon. Dorota would get the house to herself. They're devastated, naturally. They left town to stay with relatives. They didn't do it, Sam. Although, perhaps I should have made them stay. Rain says he was praying in his room, alone. Nobody corroborates. Bronwyn and Lexi say they were in the same room last night. Shame they can't agree which one. The tarot readers mentioned Birmingham. You're looking into it. There's some talk about a traveller, whatever that is. Oscar's not a suspect. He was playing football last night with lots of witnesses. According to Oscar, Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet, which is strange. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, but I've got that in hand. That's it.
What I think I can see is perhaps two people in combat.
Could be combat.
Maybe they're hugging.
It's funny that you mentioned combat first, because
your ability isn't endless. It will run out at some point.
Time to be Oscar the Grouch.
I'm Oscar. Is there anything else I can do?
Time for us to leave.
Scene. It's not people hugging. It's not combat. It's actually a man grabbing the heart of a woman directly from her chest.
Oscar? What are you doing here?
I want to help.
I know. We've already talked about this. You said you'd get into Bronwyn Castle's room somehow and have a look around.
Why? How?
I don't know. Maybe ask if you can go around. Women like vulnerable men.
Do they?
I don't know. Do I look like vulnerable men? Just do whatever you have to, Oscar. I've got to concentrate on some other leads. So, you can go now.
I have never seen anything like this. So, it feels heavy again. And I think I want to say...
Yes.
And there's a handle, and then it kind of looks like a bell shape.
Yeah. Oscar Wainwright, what a surprise.
Really heavy.
Okay, I'm going to explain. The reason why it's heavy, it's in fact an Egyptian Moor.
Which is called Lexi. Okay, she's not in the room.
It's approximately 4,500 years old and comes from an ancient burial ground. This particular one has traces of the same limestone as the Great Sphinx of Giza. Well, that's what the man down the pub told me.
That's incredible.
And be... Yeah. Time to visit ourselves again. Time to leave the room.
Gabby said that she's grocery shopping, and when she finally gets...
Oh, she gets easily confused. Youth of today. Fine. Jeeve Dupont was breathing down her neck, so we thought it would be simpler if we stuck together. If these walls weren't separating our rooms, then technically it'd be true. Yes, he came to see me. He wanted to know that she was okay, spiritually speaking. He confided in me quite a bit, actually. He seemed to appreciate having someone to talk to, and he knew I couldn't tell anyone what he said. Oh, Sam. You know I can't do that. Tarot reader client confidentiality. To protect Lexi. None of this is her fault, and she gets anxious easily. I was just trying to take the pressure off. I'm sorry, Sam. I never usually lie. I was logged into Tarotasm. It's a phone reading service, and I get paid by the minute. Which, now that I'm saying it, it's not something I really should be bragging about.
Identity. So Poe was very close to what he was saying, because the impression that I get from this dream and from your explanation of this dream...
Time to go back to my room. And time to be Oscar the Grouch.
I'm Oscar. Is there anything else I can do?
Time for us to leave.
The relationship that you have with someone should be equal, and you should be loved. And maybe that is something that perhaps, Gabby, you might have to challenge in your life. What do you think, Poe?
That's...
Time to be Lexi. Oh, let's see. Time for us to leave.
August. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
Lexi.
Hi Sam, back for more already? I didn't.
Let's see.
How did you find out? Am I in trouble?
Welcome to one person.
Ron was worried about me not having an alibi. She was logged in doing phone readings, so she's alright. But there's nothing to prove that I was here. I was though, crossed my heart and hoped to die. No, I think Bronwyn met him though. You'd have to ask her, or him. It's not my place to say. Traveller? That's a really old role-playing game, isn't it? Oh, did he now? Well then, you know what I know. I guess you must be a part of our inner circle. How does it feel? Cheeky? Are you flirting with me? Oh dear, am I blushing again? There's a murder to solve. Maybe you should do that first, then me. No, not like that.
Officer Peters looks me up and down. She's hot too, but not as hot as the gun in the back of my pants. I wince. Yes, officer?
Sam, what can I do for you? We're trying to save people. I said we're trying. We have a gift. We have Mercury, the tarot. It tells us where bad things are going to happen, and we try and stop them.
Let's see. Well, we see before August.
Birmingham. We couldn't save anyone there either. The problem with travelers is... Well, let's put a pin in this one, Sam. Let me ask Bronwyn. If she says it's okay to talk about it, it's okay to talk about it. We didn't. Lexi used a Ouija board to get the name.
A Ouija board?
It kinda did. It's hard getting an exact name out of 78 cards. But considering we'd never heard of Dorota Shaw, it painted a pretty good picture otherwise.
Let's see.
No. Lexi needs to give it context from the tarot reading. A lot of the time it comes up with nothing. Or a sordid comment directed at Lexi. I think that's why she keeps using it, to be honest. Once we thought there was going to be a murder, Lexi used the Ouija board to find out the victim's name. It spelled out Dorota. This is going to sound weird. Most people believe Ouija boards contact the dead. Huh. So if Lexi contacts a dead person, that person needs to know what happens in the future. Ergo, maybe the person she's contacting is from the future. A time traveler who died here. Yes. Well, not just time travel, time and space travel is also possible. If we accept the fact there are multiple realities, we must also accept there are others like us who found a way to travel between these realities.
Good point.
No, silly. I mean like this. She curls a finger to beckon me over. Come here. I move towards her because I wanted to. just your lucky day, she says.
Visit by.
Yeah, you know what?
She flaunts herself. Her body. Her boudoir photographs taken. Who do you think those photos were for, Sam? Her mother? Not really, just gossip. Apparently she went to have some portrait photos done and started stripping off. Weston's photographic. Zach Weston. He'll get himself into trouble one of these days. If you keep taking pictures of pretty girls in their underwear, somebody's going to get upset.
True.
Vicar's son? No, as far as I can tell, Oscar is a good boy. But we've all got different faces now, haven't we, Sam? Masks we wear. I could be a satanic cultist behind closed doors, but you'd never know, would you, Sam? Zach's the local photographer. You should go and talk to him, Sam. You're good at talking. At Weston's photographic, off the high road. It's late, but he's always there. I have a good memory. I'm still holding grudges from when I was 4.
Oh, wow.
That's what can happen when you sell.
It's 7 o'clock, and here's the latest August update. Chief DuPont of August Police is urging residents to be vigilant tonight following the brutal murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw. Whilst he stresses there is no immediate threat to the community at large, residents should be on the lookout until the killer is in police custody. Miss Shaw was found strangled in her bedroom home last night. Poe, I heard she was found by her mother.
Truly awful. Mother caught me up to all sorts of mischief in my bedroom. Also in the news, emergency services were called to the crossroads at Grange Avenue and Church Street following a collision between 2 cars. There are no reports of any serious injuries, but you might want to take a different route for now.
Oh no. It's going to be one of those nights, Poe.
Stay with me, doll. I'll keep you safe.
I'm not going anywhere. That's 7 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
Temples. It's approximately 4,500 years old.
Sorry, we're closed. Come back tomorrow or make an appointment online. Friends? Yes. I know Violet very well. Violet takes it very well, actually.
Welcome to the 2 people in the stream.
I like it like that.
Welcome to the 1 people in the stream now.
With a frosty exterior comes a soft, warm center. I'm sorry my analogy wasn't explicit enough for you. Yes, we have sex. Yes. What do you want? The Shaws. Oh, you mean that girl who got killed? What was her name? Dorothy? I see a lot of faces in my studio, but I'm not good with names. Wait. Dorota? I remember now. For the August Chronicle. She won some sort of award. I remember her cello. It kept reflecting the flash and ruining the shot. No, I went to her house, along with the reporter. It's better with these human interest stories to capture them in their natural habitat. If you ask me to drive there without my sat-nav, no. No, actually, I've been running a special offer on portraits since she came in for a studio session. Wait there. see. There's photos here. Her at the cello.
Interesting by the minute.
Yeah.
With this guy.
This one's in colour. Beautiful hair. Oh, legs wrapped around. Another one here. Oh, hang on. Do you see what I see? Nothing. She's just a very attractive girl. That's all. What do you mean? Violet needs to mind her own business. I didn't want to mention them out of respect for the dead. You've heard of boudoir photography. Dorota saw my boudoir set and asked me to take some shots. It's all very tasteful. A lot of women have them done as gifts for their husbands or boyfriends or girlfriends, I suppose. She didn't say. Her boyfriend, I assume. Here. I'm usually here most nights. Only the roof rats.
Roof rats?
And the resolve soothed the scratches in her throat.
Time to visit Oscar the Grouch again.
No? Who's that? Okay, so this Zach guy was connected to Dorota. Took pictures of her. Were they sleeping together? Why did you tell me that? Every time I think of her now, I'm going to see her with someone else. Her what? Boudoir photos? She sent some private photos to me by phone. Do you mean them? Yeah, I'll put them in an album for you.
See them?
No.
Okay, let's see.
Hide her final bedfellow. Pills don't hurt, right? She'd been like this that day, rationalizing to the demon parasite in her heart.
Time to visit Violet.
Do we really have to? How vulgar. Yes, I suppose that is what he'd say. But I've never let him lay a finger on me. He says we're in a relationship, but he doesn't act like it. He says he loves me, that I'm the only one for him. But he doesn't look at me in the same way he looks at his photographs. I can see it. He hungers for a younger, filthier version of me. Can't be someone else. The heart wants what the heart wants, Sam.
Easy. They paraded her face on posters, told her tragic story, painted the town red with...
Visit. And time to be... Nope.
Hello.
Time to be Rain.
I'm
again.
Rain. I'm Rain.
Time to leave. leave.
The demon knew it, and he didn't.
Visit
the
Braun.
Demons are already there. It wasn't hard to make the boy listen after the first bell.
I'll visit.
No one would go to your funeral. You'd be better off. So would your father and sister.
I'm Zach Weston. Just sharpening my powers of persuasion.
Find the bed sheets at night. He was dead. The demon had outgrown his host.
Zach! What are you doing here? Quick, don't let anyone see you.
Why don't you want anyone to see me?
What? You're the one who said we shouldn't be seen together. What are you doing here?
I wanted to make sure we were still okay.
What did you do? What did you say to Sam?
Everyone's talking about Dorota.
I know. But I suppose people like that attract trouble.
People like what?
Homewreckers. Anyway, I hope you didn't just come here to talk about Dorota.
Are you happy Dorota's dead?
I didn't say that. But we both know what Dorota was like. She practically threw herself at you.
She didn't throw herself at me.
Don't play games with me, Zach.
Yeah.
You know how insecure I get.
No shared air.
Visit.
Just an audience. Full of awful curiosity.
You're listening to Radio August. Dark Nights with Poe and...
Let's see. Time to be... Let's see here. Oscar, Violet, the Chief. Let's see. Time to be Violet.
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
Time to
do something and then you can't resist. Except I think I shot her because I wanted to. That's a long story. Bang, bang, bang. The office door shook with the knocking.
Well, hello, gorgeous.
Did you hear about Dorota? I came over last night, but you weren't here.
Well, that explains why there was no answer when I called you. I was definitely here.
Did you hear about Dorota?
Everyone in town's heard. She's a local celebrity now.
Local celebrity? Were you sleeping with her?
Violet? Of course not. I only have eyes for you.
That's not what I heard.
This again. I told you, I'm not seeing anyone else. I have gorgeous women in my studio all the time, but you're special. Not because you won't take off your clothes, I'm expecting that at some point. It's just, you're so clever and well educated. And the icing on the cake, you're the most beautiful woman I've ever met.
She nods appreciatively. Protest as she sits down, but it's too late. She's armed, so I'll need to be quicker, or maybe run. The window, I could jump, say 20 flights. It's soft, she says. It's then I realize Vanessa's body's gone. Just the throw remains. Still stroking the couch, she can...
might visit my room and be...
Hi, Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
Shoot.
I'm really not supposed to say this, but the chief thinks there's an onomat on the loose. And when they get in your head, you can't get them out.
Sam, look, I can't talk right now. I'm doing phone readings. Gotta pay for a job somehow. Lexi's locked in until 8 too. I can sort you out afterwards, yeah?
With that, she's gone. I shut the door firmly behind her and retrieved the gun firmly behind. I turn and see Vanessa upright on the couch, just like before I shot her. I believe you, I say, looking at my gun, but I just shot you. You didn't shoot me, she smiles. I told you to think that you'd shot me, and you did. So, my alpaca couch,
If you have anything else on Zach Weston, let me know. That's what he says, but no one can back him up. He's on my radar now. I think you're supposed to tell me that. If he was taking photos of Dorota, maybe he fell for her? And the feeling wasn't mutual. Artists have muses, apparently. Wish I had one. And I'm all for a good boudoir picture, but who would have thought? There's definitely a strong connection between those two there.
Welcome to one person in the stream, by the way.
Well, unless they were for Oscar, I don't know. Unless there's someone else about to come out of the woodwork. Zach Weston says he was in his studio last night. Zach says he's sleeping with Violet, which I doubt. Zach did other photo sessions with Dorota. Boudoir. I wonder what else he's not telling us. Rain still says he was praying in his room, alone. Bronwyn and Lexi lied about being together last night. You're still following up Birmingham. Keep me posted. Yeah, you mentioned the word traveller to me, but he's nothing. Oscar's in the clear. He was playing football last night. He said that Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet. Not many people would know that. That's it.
And it's so easy here. There's so much theatricality surrounding this demon, this ghost. It made infecting one after another as easy as walking down the street past the tree, past the bridge, past the nearly empty house, the field of stones. It started with
I met him yesterday, doing the rounds, looking for reading work. Actually, he did mention Dorota. He said there was this girl he was planning to meet up with. Said she was alone every Monday night because her parents go to the cinema. Do you know what that means? It was Dorota Shaw. Fine, Sam. Birmingham. Mercury took us to Birmingham. We didn't know what for. We never really know what for. But we turned up. It started with a girl, Ginny. She was South African. I only mention it because that was its thing.
Its thing?
Yeah. We didn't know at the time, but in hindsight, it was after South African girls. 3 to be exact. The Traveller wanted 3. You should ask Bronwyn. She's the one that knows about rights. I just know it normally involves 3, and all 3 share a common attribute. I guess you might call them demons, in as much as they can get inside us. They come from other worlds. Kind of, yeah. Quantum physics is real, didn't you know? There are many universes. In technical terms, a traveller is a trans-dimensional being far more superior to us, inasmuch as they can choose which reality to hang out in. We just get this one. Yes, disturbingly. It's actually a lot more complicated than that. They choose a reality/universe where they actually evolve to become the person they're possessing. So they jump in a few million years before our timelines intersect. They can't just jump into someone. It takes a few hours for that. They make the decision before they travel, which is why we can catch them. Yes, probably. The tarot doesn't just sat-nav us to normal murders.
I know I love it, but I don't need it anymore. When I'm gone, Mum will take care of my cat. No one will miss me anyway.
And there is Violet again. I guess she has nothing to say. Okay.
Don't want to be in pain. So she succumbed to the sickness, or tried at least. First try, her red hair fanned out around her.
Okay. Time to be Rain again.
Hello, I'm Rain. I'm Rain.
If they don't, you'll sleep, and it'll be over. What's it matter anyway? Bottle opened in her hands. It'll be over. It'll be over.
You have a lovely guest house.
It is quaint, isn't it? It's all my parents had when they died. We're literally sitting in my inheritance.
How did your parents die?
Father died first. Heart attack. They found him in the freezer when Mother died. She had a pulmonary embolism. I didn't really talk to them much.
Freezer?
Yes, she kept him in the chest freezer because she didn't want to be alone. Stored him perfectly. Still use it today.
The blood stained the porcelain and he relished in it. The pain let go. Finally, and that fed him too.
Time to visit Lexi. Nope.
Outgrown his host, gotten too big for her poor soul to bear, tore her apart and bled out with her, her true final bedfellow.
Yeah, a lot of people
quite spreading yet. That death alone couldn't start the contagion.
Rain! I'm surprised to see you here. I take it you know about Dorota already. All that stuff we talked about yesterday, that's strictly between you and me.
What stuff?
That's the spirit. Now, I think it's best if we don't get caught speaking to each other. Overcautious, I'm sure, but I think it's for the best nonetheless. Maybe we can get together for a lad's night out after this is all blown over. Yeah?
Okay.
Great. Well, I'll see you soon.
Sure, good. He wouldn't take long. The demon knew it, and he didn't. The demons are already there. They just need ears to listen. It wasn't hard to make the boy listen up. No one would go to your funeral. You'd be better off. So would your father and sister. There was nothing here. A little lying goes a long way after the virus starts to spread. You know,
time to be Violet again.
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
the demon had outgrown his host, gotten too big for this poor soul to bear, tore him apart, tangled together in the water. They didn't make it as easy with that boy. They listened to the psychologists, but it was already too late. The demon didn't need each other. After... The next was another boy, slight for his age, light enough to not snap the tree branch or his tree. The empty house to the...
It's the chief. He's not there.
Dead when they found him. The demon
Go back
had
to the guest
outgrown
house.
his host again, gotten too big for his poor heart to bear, tore him apart and choked with him, draped from the branches like flower pots.
He's not there either.
And yet more dominoes fell, landing at the heads of graves in the field of stone.
Back to my room.
Unstoppable.
Time to be... Oscar, the Grouch.
I'm Oscar. Is there anything else I can do?
Yeah.
Time to
Just
leave.
an audience.
Visit.
Full of
Braun.
awful.
Dreams?
And nightmare.
Rain?
Oh. So, Helen's written in with her dream. And she said that I was a caterpillar, slowly nibbling on a pair of purple curtains in my bedroom. The sun goes down, and I huddled down and wait for the sunrise, hoping to become a butterfly. But when the sun comes up,
Go back to the guest
I'm
house.
still a caterpillar. Now, Poe, what do you think that dream could mean?
Very interesting. So she is a caterpillar, but...
Just be the chief.
Hi, Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
Time to leave.
Oh? So, Helen, firstly, thank you very much for writing in and speaking to us. I would like to just say to you that what I think... But you're worried that when you do, you will still be as ordinary as you were before, because the skin shedding relates to personal transformation.
Nice, yeah. Well, I was close, but your explanation is so much nicer.
Time to visit
Thank you for...
Hello. I know you. You're the police chief.
I understand that you knew Dorota Shaw.
We met briefly, yes. I freelanced for the August Chronicle, and they did a story about her.
Was that the first time you met her?
As far as I know. I meet a lot of people through work. Some are more memorable than others. I happened to mention my portrait services, so she booked a session with me.
When was this?
A few weeks ago.
What type of photos do you take?
For the paper. Record shots that any idiot with a phone can take. My studio is where the magic happens. Mainly portraiture, but I dabble in other areas.
Boudoir photography?
Sometimes, if that's what the client wants. Are you asking for yourself, or...?
It's for the case.
Of course.
Each topped with an eyeball. Only they weren't. Except for a moment.
Chief? Again?
Did Dorota have any online friends?
She didn't really use any social networks. Didn't have the time. Mainly just cello.
Go to any clubs or groups?
She helped out at a Rainbows group. I think it's like Cub Scouts for little kids.
Probably the two people
did that
in
with
the
her mum. But, I don't know. Unless she was strangled by a 9-year-old.
Door gave way from the stumbling push, and there was a long expanse of the room. Footsteps echoed on wood. the spinal shiver of pursuit by a nightmare.
Time to visit Rain. He's not there.
The air was thickened mud. Limbs slowed with each straining step. And then stuck. I accepted my fate. Hope. A blink, and there it was, clutching my shoulders with spider-like fingers.
Time to go back to my room. Time to go back to my former self. Okay. Leave.
Where, like a shell for hermit crab. I agreed to help.
Brownie.
Yes.
Nope.
I agreed to help. I thought to the bag lady that it...
It's 8 o'clock and time for another August update. Police investigating the death of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw have said there's no evidence to connect her boyfriend to the murder. Chief DuPont's statement was delivered in response to speculation from local residents that it was a crime of passion. Miss Shaw's strangled body was found by her mother around 10 p.m. last night in what the chief is calling a puzzling crime.
I can't believe people are gossiping already, Poe.
It's always the person closest to the victim, isn't that what they say?
But that poor boy. A reminder also that due to the murder, this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced soon. The weather's getting worse tonight with heavy rain forecast. So if you're heading out, you might want to take a jacket. Or a cab.
Or wear the jacket in the cab. That's 8 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
Sam, I've got news. We've done a reading.
That's it. Last part, after this part's over, I'm gonna stop the stream, you guys.
The Five of Swords. That's the same card as yesterday.
Let's hope it's not the Knight of Wands. This doesn't look good.
It's fine. This happens all the time. There are 78 cards in a deck. The same ones come up a lot.
I get it, but we drew the exact same cards yesterday. What are the odds of pulling all three again?
1 in 474,552. I know, I get asked a lot.
Bet it's a Ten of Swords.
It's happening again. There's going to be another murder. Then Lexi did her thing, and now we have a name. Alice Munro.
Wow.
There. I was free to go, along with the worm. To observe for the bag lady, to do its bidding.
I'll do the last one with Alice, that's it, you guys.
You must be Sam. I just got off the phone with Chief DuPont. I can't believe it. First Dorota, now me. Yes. We were friends. I hadn't known her for long, only a few weeks. We met at the gala. I was hosting and she was playing the cello, you know? I guess we talked for a little while and then she asked me for a drink after the show. After we'd had a few drinks, she invited me back to her house. I thought we were just going to chat, watch a movie, that sort of thing. Then she kissed me. I was so shocked. She was so attractive. So I kissed her back. Oscar, yeah. She was a bit confused. When we started seeing each other, she didn't like him touching her anymore. I didn't mind, but she did. So I told her if he wanted to get sexual, then maybe she should try something else. I said some guys like to watch, so tell him it would be sexy if he could look but he couldn't touch. As far as I know.
Oh god, this will be the last one, you guys, so.
It worked. The killer was in her wardrobe? What? Well, then it had to be Oscar. He's the only one it could be. That doesn't make any sense. Then she was seeing someone else? No. Someone she knew. Knew she'd be alone? A stalker? It was her mom's. She was saving it in case she ever got married. Not very well. He's done a few shoots of me and Poe to promote the show. No. Zach keeps asking, but I just don't want to. Not for him, but Dorota did. She gave me the pictures as a gift. She looked amazing. This is just between us, right? We fooled around. I don't have many friends, Sam. Everyone thinks because I'm on the radio, I have tons of friends, so nobody ever approaches me. I get lonely. But Dorota was my friend, and I liked making her happy. I'm not going into detail, Sam. We pledged each other multiple times. No. Sorry. I did have a strange dream last night, though. My life was playing on a TV screen, and every time I did something, another version of me started playing over the first. In the end, there were so many versions it became a fog. It filled my lungs. I couldn't breathe. And then I woke up. What do you think that means, Sam? I don't know what. I mean, I'm anxious now. Maybe it was predicting Dorota's death. Or mine. Just don't hurt me. Or let me get hurt. We're co-hosts on the radio. Oh, sorry. You know that already. We've been partners for 2 years now. He's a good friend. He's on air at the moment, but he'll be finished at 8:30. On air? We both were. We broadcast live hourly news reports. It's how we keep our funding. Sam, you forgot your phone.
Okay, you guys.
Driven people off the streets, and this old timer was out late.
I'll visit the chief, and that's it.
Do me a favour, go easy on Violet. If we need to get anything out of her, let me deal with it. She'll open up to me. We've got a new target, Alice Monroe. Alice said she was in a relationship with Dorota. She kissed a girl and she liked it. She told you where John Pope, or Poe, is going to be next. Rain still says he was praying in his room, alone. You say Bronwyn and Lexi's alibis don't add up. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, but I've got that in hand. Zach Weston says he was in his studio last night. No one corroborates. And he keeps asking Ellis to pose nude. Could be motive. Oscar's in the clear. He was playing football last night. He said that Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet. Not many people would know that. That's it.
Opened the gates of madness and experienced the beast's feeding frenzy for the first time. It changed my life. Easy to say, harder to live through. A magnitude 8.
I've heard on the radio, but other than that, I don't know anything about her. I want to help though. That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Although we can be sure of one thing.
Once I go to the guest room, guys, I'm going to stop the stream.
Not necessarily. If it's a traveller, then they just jump into any vessel, have their fun and go. It just needs to be someone nearby. A little bit. What did you want to know? A rite can take many forms, but from what we know about these travelers, it seems to be performing some kind of coming-of-age ceremony. Yes, a rite of passage. Running havoc in our dimension is rewarded in theirs. Not fair, is it? Three is a powerful number. There's a divine balance to it in our universe anyway. But maybe it doesn't mean anything where the traveler's from. Maybe 3 is just the carry-on limit for interdimensional travel. Was it a gold coin? That's more of a serial killer thing than a possessed by a traveler thing. It's a bit showy, but there's no guarantees. No. I can do a reading if you want. Chariot. Is Zach a suspect? I'm sensing there's a lot of tension, pent-up frustration, like he's trying to keep everything together, and if he can just do that... I'm sorry, that's not much help to you, is it? Yes, of course, anything. I've already been doing that, but sure, I'll keep at it. Maybe it'll feel sorry for me and finally put out.
Okay.
It was worse the second time. I'd convinced myself I was over it, that I was okay, that I could live a normal life. Wrong. So...
Excellent work. Gold star for you. Oh, hello. This is my goddaughter, Sophia. She's only 9 and she's a maths genius.
Hello.
I have to pop to my room to get something. Be nice to her while I'm gone. Otherwise I might have to smother you in your sleep.
What's your name? I'm Sophia. Pleased to meet you. You want to know a secret? Violet was taken by aliens in their ship. Shh. She doesn't want anyone to know.
Sorry about that. Sophia, your mother will be here for you soon, so run along and wait. Now, Sam, how can I help you? Of course. Poe and Monroe. She's on the radio. She has a wicked imagination for her age. Do you think you're sitting here now? Perception is reality, Sam. I needed to confide in someone, so I told Chief Dupont. Just Chief Dupont. And now you, apparently. Why are you talking about this again? You understand, every time you mention abduction, it opens up a vault of crushing memories that I'd rather stay locked up. No. Not even the moon. I don't really want to. About a month ago, the guest house was empty and I was alone in my bedroom. All I could hear was dripping. A cold tap. Drip. 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 And then it began. I could smell iron, a strong metallic smell. Then I could taste it on my tongue. And then weightlessness. Like time and space had stopped. That was the first time they took me. It's happened 5 times, even on clozapine. Get that strange aura, then I'm gone. I had tests for epilepsy, amongst other things. But all the scans were normal. No. I have certain flashbacks. It's difficult to explain. I'm stuck in the wall of an enormous room made from these wooden vines, except the vines slowly move and drip with pain. My head is pushed out like I'm a trophy. If I look to my side, there are others' heads, all prisoners, being experimented on. They rearrange us like decorations, suck us backwards into the darkness and then thrust us back through the wall. And when they return me home, I'm broken. Cuts. Bruises. Memories.
Toss the body away, expecting it to flutter in the air, the torn wrapper of a toothsome morsel. The ecstasy fades, recalling me to the coldness of the...
So what's the news about Ellis? I feel so useless sitting here. I want to help. Yes, please use me. Tell me what to do. Who's that? Is he a suspect? I guess he must be. Okay, I'm on the case. Just give me a minute to get ready and I'll be off.
Fast, leaving me drained and depressed, and as I think about the weeks ahead of me, the paranoid wait to see if they're going to catch me this time.
Yes, I met her at the radio station. I was offering my services. Earning a living's tricky when you travel around as much as we do. And last time I checked, Violet wasn't offering us room and board for free. In Birmingham, it was a man called Yuri Harris. He worked as a butcher. He beheaded all 3 girls within hours of each other. We couldn't stop it. He pleaded not guilty for reason of temporary insanity. Because he said he'd see us again. In August. Before we even knew it was a month and a place.
Yeah.
Slayer's needs, and I have no idea how long it will continue, so I am left with the image of myself 60 years from now, battering a victim with my walking frame to feed the beast.
You're only alive because we want you to be.
Okay, let's see. Okay, I'll stop the stream here. I'm just going to check. Let's see.
You're only alive because we want you to be.
Okay, guys, I'm going to stop the stream here, you guys. So, with that, you guys have a nice day and week ahead. Peace out. And for future videos, I might stream again. I might stream tomorrow, depends. And with that, you guys have a nice weekend ahead. For future videos, hit the like and subscribe to my channel for future to see what you like. I might stream Tomb Raider tomorrow. Depends on Resident Evil Revelations. Depends. Okay, with that, you guys have a good night. And thanks for the comments. Whoever stopped by and the likes. Alright, and with that, I'm out here. Peace out.